Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you saw the title of this video, you will see this is a video about the Enneagram and Enneagram 4s and book recommendations for the Enneagram 4. However, if you do not know your Enneagram, if you're not an Enneagram 4, or if you don't like the Enneagram, that's fine. If you're a person who likes to feel things in your book, if you like some existential plot points, if you love a little bit of angst sometimes, then everything will be timestamped and the book recommendations will come in a little bit. So what is the Enneagram? So many people have done much better video and book and article explanations, but in a nutshell, the Enneagram is a personality typing system. There are 9 personality types, and that can be broken down with the wings, but I'm not going to get into the wings right now. I really connected with the Enneagram as opposed to other types of typing systems because when I first read about the Enneagram, it really spoke to me. It made a lot of sense of myself and how I view the world, and I also felt like there was so much depth and invitations to grow using the Enneagram. Not just saying, this is my type and here I am, here's my box, but a way of growing and becoming a well-rounded person. To me, this just made so much sense. I feel like it really encapsulates so much of an individual person, and in my opinion, the Enneagram, because there are so many different types within each type, there's so much more room to express your individuality and not feel like you're in a box of a type. To me, it makes so much sense. I felt so seen when I read it, but it also has so many growth steps, awareness points, a lot of ways to really grow as a person, as a friend, as a partner, etc. So what is an Enneagram 4? An Enneagram 4 is my personality type. And when I tell you that when I first read about the Enneagram 4, it made me feel so seen. There are so many elements and intricacies and layers that just made sense to me. There is a lot to go into on the Enneagram 4s, but generally speaking, type 4s are often very creative, empathetic, valuing uniqueness and individuality. Authenticity is often one of our favorite words. We love a good self-reflection moment, and we tend to feel our feelings very deeply, whether they are feelings like sadness and melancholy or feelings of joy and happiness or pride and excitement. We feel a lot of things. It can be a roller coaster, but a beautiful roller coaster. So I thought I would compile a list of books that an Enneagram 4 might love. But again, if you're not an Enneagram 4 or you don't subscribe to the Enneagram, that's totally fine. If you like emotional depth in your books, you might enjoy some of these. This video is not going to be full book reviews or book synopses, but more so just a compiled list and a bit of a reason why I think an Enneagram 4 might like it. The first book is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. This book I always describe as hauntingly beautiful. In the 1700s, Addie LaRue makes a choice to live forever, but the consequence of that is that nobody throughout her eternity will remember who she is. So Addie LaRue travels throughout the world, recognizing people, and people don't recognize her. And this book just brings up so many themes of what is life, what is memory? What does it mean to leave a mark on people and the world? And what is life without human connection? It's so beautiful. In a somewhat similar vein is The Afterlife of Holly Chase by Cynthia Hand. This is a YA book. There is a company called Project Scrooge, and this company basically is carrying out Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol. Every year, a new Scrooge is chosen, and they are responsible for orchestrating the different ghosts who will visit this person and try to get them back on the straight and narrow. Our main character is Holly Chase, and we find out that 5 years ago, she was the Scrooge, and she did not change her life. And now she is in the afterlife, and now she has to spend the rest of her life helping others. This book has an amazing personal growth arc, themes of reckoning with your past choices, and just reflecting on what you want in life. Next are 2 books about death. The first one is Here One Moment by Leon Moriarty. This book opens on an airplane when there is a woman who is soon to be called the Death Lady who starts making predictions for each person on the plane, saying the age that they will die and the manner in which they will die. The story follows a lot of these characters as they are trying to decide, was she for real? Is this actually going to happen? And the way that all of these characters have to grapple with life and death and choices and what are the important parts of life? What are the important moments of life? What does it mean to truly live? There are so many deep themes and things to think about within this book. Piggybacking off of that is The Collected Regrets of Clover by Mickey Brammer. Clover is a death doula, and she is there for people in the last moments of their life. And she collects their stories, their regrets, the moments of their life that they choose to share with her. It is a beautiful look at death, at life. What is a life well lived? What do we do with regrets? What is death? How do we deal with and respond to death? And it wouldn't be my channel if I didn't mention Frederick Bachman, particularly the Beartown series. This is a book and series that covers basically the entire array of human emotions. You will feel sadness, you will feel anger, betrayal, happiness, pride, love, protectiveness. This book is about community, it is about family, it is about friendship, it is about tragedy, it is about hope. It covers all the things. The Book Thief by Markus Zusak. This is a recent read for me, and it is a World War II historical fiction about a young girl in Germany. This is a book about morality. It is a book about death and humanity, and a book about words and the joy and despair that words can bring. The next book I read in May, and that is What You Were Looking For Is in the Library by Michiko Aowama. This book is beautiful. If you want a book that is about human connection, human experiences, wrapped up in the cozy space of a library, this book is for you. This book is beautiful, it is sweet, it feels like a warm blanket, but it also calls out so many great life observations and can speak to people in so many different walks of life. Atlas of the Heart by Brené Brown. The subtitle is Mapping Meaningful Connection and the Language of Human Experience, and if that is not Enneagram 4 wording, I don't know what is. This is a nonfiction book about 87 different emotions and what these emotions mean to the human experience. It is a great way of naming and validating these different aspects of life and feeling and what it means to be human. I have a few recommendations of poetry books. I always thought that I was a person who didn't get poetry. I never really liked it. And it's only been in the last couple years that I've realized, first of all, that there are so many different types of poetry, and second of all, that there are some types of poetry that I do really like. I really enjoyed Inward by Yung Pueblo. I have read 2 books by Zara Bass, I Have to Tell You Something, and This Time You Save Yourself. Both of them are phenomenal. And the way that words and poems can just make your heart feel seen, it's amazing. These books can bring out the sadness and the happiness and the depth and the feeling that human experiences can bring. There's just such an extreme beauty in poetry. And my last book to quickly highlight is Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. If you want a book with existential plot points and things to think about, this book is great for that. So many things to think about in relation to morality, integrity, what it means to be human, what it means to connect with other people. This is a good book. Now, there are a few books that I have not read, but I have seen recommended for Enneagram 4s that I'm very curious to try. And one of those is The Glass Hotel by Emily St. John Mandel. It sounds like this is a mystery about a woman who disappears. There's also a Ponzi scheme involved. But then I read the last sentence on the Goodreads description. Rife with unexpected beauty, The Glass Hotel is a captivating portrait of greed and guilt, love and delusion, ghosts and unintended consequences, and the infinite ways we search for meaning in our lives. And that sentence sounds like an Enneagram 4 dream. Another book that has been on my TBR for a little while now is Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert. This is a nonfiction book about curiosity and fear and creativity, and the subtitle is Creative Living Beyond Fear. It sounds like it is going to be a book all about embracing authenticity and realness and all of those beautiful things. And now as I'm sitting here and I haven't prepped these thoughts at all, but I also think of Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine, a book about a woman coming into her own authenticity and who she is, and I love that. Someone Else's Shoes by Jojo Moyes, a book about coming into your own authenticity. I love that. There are a lot of themes that I tend to really like in books. So let me know what you think about this list. Are you an Enneagram 4? Do you know your Enneagram? Do you not care about the Enneagram? That's fine too. If you've read any of these books, I would love to hear your thoughts on the emotions that it brought up for you and how you felt reading them. And if you have any other recommendations for books that make you feel a lot of things, or books about authenticity, thriving, knowing yourself, things like that, let me know in the comments. And until next time, happy reading.